Hi guys, welcome back. It's UK here, back with RPG A Day 2019 number one. The topic for this is first. So although I've kind of talked on this previously, I'm going to talk about my first ever gaming experience. First ever role-playing game I ever actually played was Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay by Games Workshop. Fantasy game based on their Warhammer Fantasy Battle world. This was back in the summer of 1987. A friend of mine at school helped me roll up a character. And I have to admit, I was thinking about this video today at work, and I miss when you used to roll dice to generate stats for characters. Now it's all point buy, and there's something, I don't know, there's something lost, I think, by not rolling stats. But anyway, I rolled stats. I picked a human character, and in that world, you pretty much play sort of like a fantasy Germany. So I had rolled up a warrior by the name of Wolfgang Schmidt, because it was the only German name I could think of at the time. And we basically did a scenario that my friend Chris ran off the top of his head that basically involved me in a tavern, approached by someone who wanted an escort, a bodyguard, through the Reichswald forest, whatever it was called, and to whatever town or whatever the destination was. And I can remember there was a lot of role play in the tavern. I remember someone trying to buy me a drink or food or drink, and me actually thinking, no, I don't trust them. They're trying to poison me, and refusing it. Even to the point I remember Chris saying, "You're doing this just because you think I'm trying to kill your character, aren't you?" And then basically being hired by this guy, and I can remember. I mean, it was only a short evening sort of thing. I mean, most of it was done with rolling up the character. And I remember basically being on the back of this wagon fighting off dog-headed beastmen. And I'll tell you what really worked for that session. Something happened that I've never experienced in any other gaming session in the last, 30 years for me. I know we sometimes sort of like talk about seeing things in the mind's eye and what have you, but I can tell you now that word of a lie, as we were playing this game, it's like his living room just disappeared, and I could see, and that's going to sound really stupid, but I could see what my character was envisioning, it's all like took over. I've never ever had that in any game session since. I have to really sort of like close my eyes and project that image into my eyelids to sort of like get that now. But that first ever game session, that did that for me, and I'll never forget it. Unfortunately, or fortunately, depending how you look at it, Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay, we sort of played for a couple of years on and off with what they called the Enemy Within campaign. Before we really sort of moved on to Dungeons and Dragons and Call of Cthulhu and other games. Did try to run about probably 10 or 12 years ago now a Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay game for my local guys, and we did about 3 sessions and it just didn't really work anymore. The game systems have got so much better since then, and games themselves, but that was my first role-playing experience, and one I still have very fond memories of. So I look forward to hearing, and seeing your videos and what was your topic for the day. And so until next time, take care and good gaming.